Hey, what's going on guys? I'm Silent Court and today I'm going to be talking about some of the exclusive features that have been announced coming to the PlayStation 4 version of GTA 5. So two gaming news sites, both CVG and Gizmodo UK, were both invited out by Rockstar to play the next gen versions of GTA 5. And they've actually listed a whole bunch of new features that are going to be coming to the next gen versions of the game, and some really interesting ones that are going to be coming exclusively to the PlayStation 4. So I'm going to be going through these 13 new details, and the first one is that on the PlayStation 4, the light bar will actually flash red and blue when you're being chased by the cops. The touchpad on the PS4 will also be used to switch modes between first and third person, so you can basically just press that in like a button and it will just automatically switch you between those two perspectives. And there's also going to be a few options to actually control when the game's going to be in first person and when it will switch back to third person. So basically you can have it so that when you're shooting you're in first person, but then it'll actually snap back to third person when you're taking cover. So I can imagine that would be really useful in GTA Online, because when you are in third person, I guess you can see around corners a little bit better. When you're behind cover, you get a little bit more, I guess, field of view. You can be able to see when people are coming, and it just makes it a whole load just easier when you're doing that. So it's going to be interesting to see what button will actually be used on the Xbox to switch between these two perspectives, because I'm really glad it's going to be so easy on the PlayStation 4 controller to be able to just at the click of a button without going through any awkward options menu. You know, while you're in the action, you can easily just switch between these two modes. The next fact is that the PlayStation version is going to be 4K compatible, and the PlayStation 4 and Xbox One versions will both run at 1080p 30 frames a second, and I have seen a few people a little bit upset it's not going to be available at 60 frames per second, but to be honest, on the console versions you're not going to notice that much of a difference. All the vehicles have had their interiors reworked for this first person mode, so I guess all the vehicles will actually have their own unique steering wheels and dials which will actually work and represent the speed you're going, and all the other sort of dials, especially like the radio. It's actually going to show what song you're listening to and what radio station you're listening to, which actually is pretty awesome. On the PlayStation 4, police radio and phone calls will actually now be admitted out through the DualShock 4 speaker, so basically some of the sounds are actually going to be coming through your PlayStation controller. I remember when I played The Last of Us on PlayStation 4, I think it's when you turn the torch on and off, it would actually play that noise through your controller, and it did freak me out a bit when it first started happening, so it's going to be really interesting to sort of hear a whole phone call, or hear the, the police radio actually coming through your controller. The touchpad can also be used to change your weapons when you're on foot, and when you're in a car you can actually swipe that to change your radio station. Los Santos is also going to have a whole bunch of new animals. I believe there's over 20 new species of wildlife, including cats and dogs. Rockstar have added thousands of new animations for reloading weapons and parachuting and all the other activities you can do when you're in first person mode. The phone is also now actually a 3D object, not just an overlay, so when you're doing a selfie, they've actually described it as being a lot more creepy and realistic than before. And that's definitely going to be one of the first things I'm going to do when I'm in first person mode, is just take a selfie and see how that looks. You can create first-person only missions in GTA Online. Rockstar have added new pedestrian chatter to go with the 100 songs and radio shows that have been added. The railgun has also been confirmed to be absolutely awesome. And last of all, you can actually see bullet holes in your own body. So one of these articles actually said when they were playing the game, they were running away from the cops, and when they got in a car to drive away, when they put their hands on the steering wheel in first person, you could actually see bullet holes in your arms, when you're holding onto the steering wheel, and it was actually bleeding. So that's pretty realistic there. So that was the 13 new details coming to the next generation version of GTA 5. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, please take a second to leave a like. I'd really appreciate it, and it really helps out the channel. And don't forget to subscribe for more videos like this one. If you want to check out my last few videos, I'll have those linked on screen, and you can see 6 things that have been added to first person mode along with the first person mode trailer. And the other one is the legendary glitches, where I show some of the most epic glitches to be found through GTA history. Have an awesome day guys, and I'll catch you in the next video.